arthritis. I said I was only 30, and how the hell could I have arthritis? He said anybody at any age can have arthritis. So, what did he give you? Nothing. Told me to quit the weight training. I told him that ain't gonna happen. Maybe I'd get flabby after a while. Well, he shook his head and said that every firefighter he ever met wants to be Arnold Schwarzenegger, and that includes the women. Finally, since he knew I was making this jump in an hour, he shot cortisone into the shoulder, though he warned me that since medical school he wasn't very good with a needle. And was he? No. He was a butcher with a horse needle. It hurt like hell. Norris smiled and said, "Come over here. What do you make of this?" He walked to the edge of the plateau and nodded in the direction of a saddle-backed hill that loomed to one side of the rise, the dark evergreens at its base obscured by a gray haze of smoke. "We gotta get down there, Corey," Norris said. "I have no idea where the hell that other crew is. They ain't fighting fires, that's for damn sure." Cantwell examined the terrain. A dry, steady wind blew from the heights of the Cascade Mountains to the desert lowlands below. To the east rose the rocky hills of the high desert, covered with bunchgrass and cheatgrass, with a few ponderosa pines that descended to sagebrush-covered flatlands. To the west, the foothills of the mountains had a dense cover of Douglas fir. Just before the team had left base, a red flag watch had been issued, which meant high winds, lightning, and no rain. So far, the smoky fire wasn't crowning, but a sudden gust of wind could whip it into flame. "Corey, the wind is blowing in the opposite direction from what they told us," Mike said. "They should have dropped us on the flat." "The fire is in the gulch, so how do we get down there?" Cantwell said. "I'm not happy being on grass above a fire," Norris said. He removed his scarred white helmet, wiped sweat from his brow with the back of his hand. "We have to get down into the gulch somehow." "We could call it off, make another jump onto the flat," Cantwell said. He knew Norris would nix that idea, but he felt it was his duty to mention it. "It's a thought, but it would take too long," Norris said. "The fire could spread a considerable distance by then." "Then we make our way downhill," Cantwell said. "Damn, it's going to be rough heading down the slope," Norris said. "Broken leg central, huh? Maybe broken neck central," Cantwell said. "Yeah, why not look on the bright side?" Norris said. "Mike!" A young, dark-haired man with wide shoulders and earnest brown eyes stood at the edge of the rise and pointed down into the gulch, where smoke curled like a great gray serpent. "Looky there, I think I found a game trail." "Going down?" Norris said. The young man grinned. "It's going both ways, Mike, up and down." "Smart ass," Norris said. "All right, make like Dan'l Boone and go check it out, Wilson, and be careful." "Sure thing," Bob Wilson said. He disappeared over the rim of the plateau. "Good kid, that," Norris said. "Needs some weight on him, though. A few years eating National Wildfire Service grub will bulk him up," Cantwell said. "Meatloaf, beef stew, plenty of protein, and cake and Cool Whip for dessert, plenty of carbs." "Sounds good," Norris said. "I'm making myself hungry." When young Wilson returned 5 tense minutes later, he stepped beside Norris and said, "It's a game trail, all right, probably deer, and I think it goes all the way into the gorge." "Corey, what do you think?" Norris said. "Shall we take a shot at it?" "Where a deer can go, so can we," Cantwell answered. "Nothing else is presenting itself, so it's sure worth a try." Norris nodded. "Right. Let's get it done. We got a fire to fight." He looked around, and his gaze fell on a man with a goatee beard and overlong hair. "Connors, your lookout. Stay here until we're safely down, and then follow, okay?" The man called Connors nodded. "I got it, boss." "Mike, do you see that?" This from Cheryl Anderson, at 21 the youngest member of his crew. A tall, pretty girl on her first drop. Like the rest, she'd chucked her heavy jumpsuit and stripped down to boots, a yellow shirt, and olive green pants. She filled out both shirt and pants beautifully. Her hair was chopped short, a bob that looked like a glossy bronze helmet. The woman pointed to the top of the butte, where stood an abandoned lookout tower, rickety and half hidden behind a growth of vegetation. Once it had hosted a park ranger. Now it was the haunt of owls. "Yeah, now I see it, Cheryl," Norris said. "That shining example of the National Wildfire Service's folly could be useful."